just getting the coffee cup ready. That is it. I don't do that one cup thing. We do pots of coffee around here, not just a cup. Yes. Let's aim at that tree a little more. Maybe it'll prevent the camera from trying to focus. Yeah, a lot of people I know have those one cup at a time things. I can't do it. Yeah, so some things are fine the way they are. You don't need to change them. And I have some instant coffee if I just want one cup. And Sharon, I indulged yesterday after having to drive into the city. I got a large pizza, come home and ate myself into a pizza coma. And after sleeping a little bit yesterday afternoon, I wasn't able to sleep last night, so I went to sleep probably around midnight and I woke up at 2 o'clock. Well, I'll be hugging the coffee cup this morning because we've got a steady breeze and it's 62 degrees. Oh, buddy, let me tell you, a truly French croissant, oh, they're fantastic. Yeah, Sharon, yesterday we did not get to 70. We got to 69. That's about 18 degrees. But that'll change today. We'll get well into the 20s, 85. There used to be this little restaurant in Winston-Salem, and it just really small. Two people ran the place, the cook and the waitress. And he was French, and he made croissants on Sunday mornings. And they also gave specials on Sundays. So that was the only day I could afford to go there. But boy, I got the nickname Jimmy Croissant really quick. Oh yeah. And then I had moved out of state, and I brought people, friends of mine, to that restaurant, and everybody loved it. And then it went out of business. Small businesses, it's hard to keep them going. And I hated to see that happen because they were top notch. I mean, you could go in there in a tux and you were right at home. You could go in there in jeans and a nice shirt and you were right at home. That restaurant and a Thai restaurant in Greensboro, when the Thai restaurant went out of business, it was mostly because of the pandemic. I don't believe this shit. Well, there goes the deer getting run off. Yeah, that little bird has become my favorite. It is so small, it's amazing it can be that loud. Hey, I like them too. Pancakes of any size. I liked Mrs. Buttersworth, but even that has fallen victim to the PC crowd. PMC, have you ever been to an IHOP International House of Pancakes? Those guys have some excellent different flavors of syrup. Every once in a while, I like to put blueberry on. Good thing about breakfast, it's a great meal any time of day. Yeah, a lot of people like Cracker Barrel. I think I've only been to one Bob Evans, and that was around 2006. I got sent to Minnesota. I've South Carolina got Culver's a couple of years before I left, and the food was decent. I thought it was a little expensive, and the service was terrible. Perkins, again, I think I stopped at one when I was traveling up north. Hey, it happens. Apparently, people don't like the way I look, and I get ignored. So I just don't go back. Eh, it is what it is. But you ask those people, and they will tell you there is no way that they're prejudiced. Idiots. I don't think they understand the word. I went out to California and to visit friends that had moved there. And after I said two or three words, the people who were raised there, they didn't want to talk to me because I was slow and stupid. But another one of their neighbors, uh, he was a dancer on Soul Train, and I think about this every now and again. He invited me to go with him to be uh, on set while they were videoing Soul Train, and I was a little reluctant to do that. Because I was like 135 pound, skinny little white kid. Could you imagine me on Soul Train? But looking back, I really wish I'd have done it now because I would have gotten to meet Don Cornelius. I think that would have been pretty amazing. Michael Haywood. Michael, watch what Nightbot types this morning. I wasn't that interested in Bandstand. I watched it, but I I had no desire to go on Bandstand. I mean, and I didn't know anybody who had an in with it. But when I was in L.A., that was the time that Jody Watley was still a dancer on Soul Train before she became famous for being a singer. So I could have met Don Cornelius and Jody Watley. Is that better, Mike? Thank you for pointing that out. Oh, yes. Oh, that was back when original music was coming out, made by people who were true musicians and creative. Yeah, I had a discussion with Nightbot this morning. I actually checked my emails this morning. Well, there's usually a couple of lurkers here, which is okay that people don't have to talk. I mean, if people don't type, I don't talk either. Because, like I tell people repeatedly, the channel's not about me, it's about nature. Mr. Haywood, I don't think you're going to get that much rain today. You might have to do the weed eater waltz. Oh, geez. The one I use all the time these days is just my phone. I've got the S24, and it's 208 megapixel. But the last true camera I had was a Nikon 8008S, and a pretty big variety of lenses, and that's what I carried whenever I did photographs of waterfalls and got out into nature doing landscapes. And I also used it to photograph weddings. I would do the candid shots with 35 millimeter, and I would do the posed photos of the bridegroom, etc., with 2 1/4. I was, I think I'm still a better photographer than videographer. Oh man, that's a good camera. Um, I was about 15 years old, and a family member wanted me to come ride along with them to help them load some stuff. And it was a yard sale, and they had one of those little uh, Instamatic 110s, just slip in your pocket. And the flash was broke. They only wanted $1 for it. So got that to take pictures of landscapes as I was hiking around, because I mean it fit in my pocket. Uh, the rest is history. I, Back then they had this thing, this business called Photomat. And it was this little booth, and you drop your film off, and in a few days the film would come back. Uh, and at that time I really couldn't afford high-end equipment. And I did some research, and Sears had a line of cameras that was made for them by Pentax. So I got Sears cameras, and then it just took off like a rocket from there. A buddy wanted me to photograph his wedding because he was, short on cash, and he was just getting married in a house. So I took the pictures with the 35, and uh, gave him the pictures. A few weeks later, one of her friends asked me to photograph their wedding, and I charged them for it. That wedding got 2 or 3 other weddings. Each of those weddings got more weddings, and before you know it, I mean, every weekend was booked. you know, photographing weddings. So I use that to pay for my camera equipment because at one time I had some pretty serious camera equipment. Yep. Kodak used to make a film that was so sensitive they had to store it in a cave because even the background radiation that comes in would expose the film. So they would store it until somebody was going to be using it. I think it was, I want to say 3200, you know, 100 speed, uh, 800 speed film. This was 3200 speed film. I would have photography exhibits and, you know, like I said, I did the weddings. The place that I had the film developed, these were professional developers. They developed for all the area wedding photographers. And whenever I pick up my film, they told me, they said, you do some of the easiest work for us because everything is already cropped. The exposures are right. You just make our jobs easier. And then they would ask me why I just didn't do weddings for a living. I don't remember that one. I had the Polaroid Big Shot. I had the Polaroid that would spit the image out the front, and you had to wait for it to develop. The Big Shot was you pull the film out and you wait a minute and then you peel the cover off. And it was just for taking close-ups. There's two pictures that I took with that, had somebody take, I should say, because it was pictures of me. I wish I could find those two pictures. I'll be right back. think we won't have to worry about any animals today, thanks to the neighbor. But absolutely no shoplifters. Photomat was around until the early 80s around here. And then I started doing business with Eckerd Drugs for everyday stuff. And then when I got into better equipment and everything, I built a pinhole camera. Good morning, Jess. I hope you're doing okay. Did you get any sleep? Jess does Bigfoot research up in the Midwest. Well, I'm glad you did. Yeah, I woke up at 2 o'clock. But anyway, I had to go in, put on a cap, and get my glasses. And I put a little honey in the coffee cup. PMC, if you know about Shalimar, then you probably know about the brothers Johnson, Lisa, pumpkin spice coffee. Never tried it. Okay, now I got Stomp playing in my head. Yep. Yes, SOS was good. I think your music knowledge is, especially of current stuff, is way more expensive than what I know. Anything after the like 93, uh, there was almost no good music that came out after 93 that I liked. I know there's plenty of music other people like, but not me. The only reason I know as much as I do about 60s, 70s, and 80s music is because listening to the radio was one of the main things I did. And, you know, I just lived it. I agree. Um, the latest music that I know of, and I've said this often, is the band Extreme. They come out with a album a couple of years ago now, or approaching 2 years anyway, and they had two really good songs on it. I think most people that are not hard rockers would like Other Side of the Rainbow, and then the people who like you know, more hard rock, Rise. Yeah, mostly I listen to my radio music that I own. I don't stream. I've got all of my CDs. I've got them on my laptop computer, and up until this phone that I currently have, I, I put everything on a micro SD chip, and I play music off my phone into Bluetooth speakers. PMC, did you ever watch my video about my programmable turntable? I've got a Techniques SJ series, and it's either 8 or 10 tracks that you can program. It'll play in any order. Like if you put on an album and you just want to hear one track, you push that track number and it plays that track and stops. Oh no, how'd you lose them, Jess? Box got misplaced. What? Somebody has been visiting Princess Joyax. Oh, geez. Jess, that's terrible. I've got stuff in boxes. It's when if I ever get around to opening them up, it'll pretty much be like Christmas because it's been so long since I've been in them. I had two 8-track recorders. Anybody at my high school or their friends, if their 8-track broke, they brought it to me. I don't have it anymore, PMC, but you might be interested in this. Look up this is a cassette deck, and it's by Harman Kardon, and it's a CD 491. And if you used a metal cassette tape, they guaranteed that whatever you put on it would come back out 100%. Yeah, I like most '80s music. I mean, Human League, ABC, Talk Talk. Yep. The only thing I knew of better was the Nakamichi, but the Nakamichi was like $2,000 back in '82 or '84, right in that area. And I wasn't going to pay $2,000 for a cassette deck. PMC, this is how much I was into stereos. When I got to the point that I was never home enough to really warrant having the system that I had, I sold the system and used the money to buy a car. But I kept my turntable. I wasn't going to give up my turntable. And I had a Harman Kardon CD 191, and I kept it. Yeah, Betamax was pretty interesting. Once I saw the trend that everybody was going VHS, I dove in head first to VHS. Yeah, Beta was much better quality, but for whatever reason, some say it was because you couldn't record a full movie, like a 2 hour movie. Some say it was because of a certain industry that usually the VHS tapes was in a back room when you went to the tape place. Some people say it was because of that. I really don't know. Yeah, it depends on who did the refurbishing to a great extent. I purchased a couple of things refurbished and they were pretty well worthless. I purchased a couple of things refurbished and they were fantastic. I tend not to buy refurbished of anything I really need to make sure it works and keeps working. PMC, thank you. Always great to see you. And I hope you have a safe day out on the farm. I know you'll probably be on the farm. John P., good day, sir. I should have mentioned, but we got on the subject of cameras and music. PMC is in Puerto Rico and he's a farmer. A very is studious young man. He surprises me sometimes how much he knows about music. Music that was big before he was born. Roger Blair. Good morning, Roger. John P., what are you having for lunch slash breakfast? Sharon, I guess Roger is listening. Roger, Sharon said hello. Oh, I missed it. Yeah, Roger, you did good. John P., it's going to clear up a little bit today. I actually see a couple of spots of sky. Joe, good morning. Joa, Christina was here the other morning and she said you came up for her wedding. Are we talking about the same Joa? Yeah, I know how that goes. You enjoy the beach. Yeah, the food is good. I think it's a little expensive, but the food is indeed good. Oh, that's nice. Well, it sounds like things are getting back to normal, Roger. It's 63 here, but still overcast. We'll be well into the 70s today, and by the weekend, we'll be in the mid 80s. Yeah, Joa, it is what it is. But I look at it like this: let them keep underestimating me. Well, letting them think that they are correct is also a tactical advantage for me. I need to add something to that lurker's welcome. I think I'm going to change it to lurkers welcome. We understand everyone doesn't want to chat. Trying to get it to focus on the trees instead of the screen. go do that. Joe, I thank you for stopping by. I hope you have a great day. And I look forward to today's The Files. Joe, I could tell from what you were typing that you were catching up. Thank you so much. And again, always great to have you stop by. morning, Stevie B. I hope everyone in Florida is having a good start to their day. Joel was already out on the beach. Okay, now I've got Three Dog Nights, Celebrate, Dance to the Music playing in my head. I would play it for real, but copyright strikes and whatnot. And don't worry, I'm not going to break out into song. Oh, Stevie, that software, it's an app for your phone, and does it uses GPS to track uh, where you hike, and it's called All Trails, as in ALL, but they only use one L in the name, I think. And they have a free version. They'll bug the daylights out of you to, get the paid version, but there is a free version. Yeah, I understand. Um, I started at home on the old phone, because you got to have Wi-Fi or, you know, cell phone to get it started. And then I just, you can't turn the phone off, but I turn the screen off. And when I get to wherever I'm going to hike, I turn GPS on and I start the program, and it'll track uh, wherever I walk. And then I just pause it, and when I get back home, I finish it when I have access to Wi-Fi. And it works pretty good. That way I don't have to tie up my main phone. And I just learned the other day that it would render the 3D uh, little movie. If I'd have known that this past weekend, I would have done just that video, because that to me is really cool, and people get a better idea of the mountain and low, you know, areas where the trail goes. And it's pretty accurate too. I mean, if you watch the video closely, when I go back and go out a trail and then walk back down the trail, same trail, if it's wide enough, you'll see the where I walk up on the right hand side and walk back on the other side. So I know it's two short videos about the same hike, but I thought that the one with the 3D was just too cool not to post. The 2D map is also from the same app, but I mean, it's nice to show, you know, 2D, but that 3D just is awesome. Good morning, Russell. Hope you're having a great start to your day. The neighbor's cranking up his big mower, and all the birds in his yard took off. Russell, what time's your first reservation today? If you have any. Cool. So I guess somebody will be getting a visit at the pool table. Oh, nothing wrong with playing 2 days in a row. Ika, little Miss Muscle. Ika, you are you dizzy from staying on that swing so long? She was at the water's edge, swinging on a swing, and just having the time of her life. That's right. If you're tired from doing good work, that is a good tired. If you're tired from being sick, or some people get tired from being lazy, those are not good tired. Ecut works so hard. She is always working. Uh, she's another one of those people that makes me feel lazy. Both Sharon's, Ecot, we've got a lot of hard workers come in here. Do you say what kind of work you do? I don't know if you tell people that. Today's been an unusual morning. The neighbor decided to crank up the equipment early in the day. Had a couple of people that come in that wanted to chat. So it was a good day for that. I certainly appreciate everybody coming by today. I can't thank you enough for spoiling me like this. If you have the time, I'll be at Mogollon Monster, Why the Fascination, 9 o'clock tonight, East Coast time, and probably at least be in chat. Again, thanks to everybody, and we will catch you next time.